What up? It's your boy Red here. I'll be going over Valkyria Chronicles anime. Back in 2009, it was created after a year from the video game that was first. But I'm not going to compare them to each other. It's not a comparison because it's a loose adaptation, so you expect some differences. This is just the anime review. In the end, I might do it. I don't know. I'll get bored. You know what happens, man. But let's get right into it. It's set in Europa, which, I mean, look at the map, kind of looks like Europe, where two big superpowers are fighting each other. You have the Atlantic Federation on the west, and then you have the fucking East European Imperial Alliance with the Empire on the right, or the east. There we go. And in the middle, we have a neutral state, is Gallia. Due to the fact that Gallia is very heavily resourced on the one resource they all want, Ragnite or whatever, it becomes under attack by the Empire, and that's basically where we are in the Second European War, which is World War II. The first one I think was like 10 years ago. I'm not 100% sure, but yeah, that's where our setting is, and that's where it starts. War. Now, from this, the Empire attacks a city. They're actually gaining a lot of ground in Gallia, and they attack Brühl, where it all begins. Our characters meet up, and shit hits the fan, and that's where we start. Through all this, though, the people who are leading the Empire's army are the Prince, the Second Prince, along with his generals, and then you have the Gallia defenders, who are a bunch of fucking ass nobles leading the fucking regular army. Then you have the militia, who are actually competent, and that's where our focus mostly will be in the anime, is the militia, not the main army, which is good because you see the commander of the main army, they fucking suck. The animation kind of sticks to the game's animation, just little differences here and there, but it still looks beautiful. The music, I think they redid it for the anime, which I love. The soundtrack, the story itself is great. They also emphasize heavily on relationship building for our main characters. Still not that much on our side characters, but hey. So I'm gonna go over most of the characters, main ones most likely, because that's how they focused on. But I'll still give you the squad members and stuff like that. Alright, so here we go with our main character, the guy who did it all, who was fucking sketching out bugs for some reason. We have fucking Welkin Gunther. He's a university student. He was there before the war started. Came back to Brühl during the war's invasion. That's where he meets up with other characters. Later he joins the militia, though he's not very war oriented, doesn't really care about war. His name carries a lot of weight because his father fought in the First World War, and he's basically General Gunther, and people look up to this guy, thinking he'll be the next great General Gunther. He, of course, does not see it that way. He's a mellow guy, but things do change for him in the anime. Alright, Alicia Melkot. Now, she was the defense towns guard for Brühl. That's where she meets Wilkins. She's 19. She likes baking bread. Total craziness, tomboyish kind of girl. Not too much. She's still a girl at heart. Cares for everyone in Squad 7. Loves them as a family. She was raised in orphanage. She's caring, but will, fly off the handle and shit. She goes crazy. Totally 180 character from her video game counterpart, but that's another story there. But she is a welcome sight in this anime. Fabio Lanza is a character who had a minor role in the game, big ass role in the anime. Very suave guy. Went to university with Wilkins. Is an archaeology major. So he likes to study the past, the calamity that happened. That's another story. And loves women. Not too much to the fact we won't see it a lot. But he's a cool guy. Kind of like Wilkins. A little bit more sociable, though. Able to speak directly to people, speak his mind, help his comrade out in any times. And eventually things do escalate to a certain love triangle between the three main characters. Izara Gunther, age 16, is Wilkins' adopted sister. Her father built the main tank, Idlewiz, or whatever, the main tank from the game. She decided to join the militia when her brother joined, becoming corporal. She's a Darkson. I forgot to mention, people are prejudiced to Darksons due to the whole calamity that happened years ago. All right, Bridget Rosie Stark is one of those who is prejudiced towards Darksons, so it's kind of like a wall built between Rosie and Isara already. Rosie's parents were killed when she was younger due to a whole incident that happened with Darksons in the Empire. She became a singer, joined the fucking militia, and is fucking hot as fuck. She can sing. Man, she's all that, and she can fight. Man, that's some crazy shit right there wrapped all together. Largo Porter is a veteran, fought in the First World War. We get some backstory from him. He's a tough guy, but is caring at heart. He fell in love with the woman in the First War, but she was in love with his best friend. Something happened, but now she's his commanding officer, and he's just there. But there's still something there, man. Rommel Vault is a new character, not in a video game, only anime only. He falls in love with Sarah, but he's clumsy as fuck in a way that he's arrogant, thinks the military is the military, stuff like that. You know, a bravado kind of thing. Though he does care for her, he actually ends up spending time with her. But again, things happen, and those spoilers. Alright. Now we go into most of the other characters. Zaka is a leader of the Darksons in the city that was invaded. In this one, he's a lot more flirtation, especially towards the character Rosie. But he's a cool guy, able to tank, gun. You need him, he's there, man. Susie Evans is a friend from Alicia's from Brule. They grew up, I get together there. She's actually a rich aristocrat or whatever. Very shy. Joined the militia to become more fucking assertive and powerful. And she has a bigger part than she did in the video game. Aisha Newman is a little girl who joined. They don't really go over in the anime unless you watch the side plots or whatever, that different episodes. But she has some credentials. Joined the military. Very cute. Refers to herself in the third person. John Walker, age 27, is a homosexual lancer, which uses fucking lances to pierce tanks. He seems to have a thing for our Largo, though he's actually more like a mother figure to all the younger people in the squad and shit. Edie Nelson is the star of the squad, basically, though she doesn't have a big part in the anime. She's arrogant, hard to figure out, wants to be a singer, can't because her voice kind of sucks, but she's in love with Homer Piran, who is 15 years old. My man Homer is kind of like a sadist, but he's a nice guy. Like I said, you hardly get to see these guys in the anime, so it's hard to pick these up without knowing them and from the games and stuff like that. Mio Biolert has a twin brother. They both joined the militia. They wanted to have each other's back. Credible snipers, both of them. They think alike. So again, we didn't see that much, but they think alike. They especially take certain things hard and later in the anime, but they're there for their comrades and they're ready to snipe some fools. Carl Lanza joined the militia to bring peace and order and hopefully stop the Darkson, hating because he's in love with the Darkson woman. But he's relatively not brave. Marina Wolfson is a sniper, incredible, the best there is. She's very quiet. She doesn't speak her mind at all, but she seems to care for the mascot of the team, which I didn't really include. Is a flying pig, all right? But I would go out with her. Cordelia G. Ranzrens is a princess of Galia. She wears a hat, and then later in the anime, she has blue hair. She's relatively shy, doesn't think much of herself, especially. Basically, she's like a puppet for anyone that wants to control Galia, but she gains more assertiveness when she meets our main characters. Maximilian Gaius von Rangborough, can't say his full name, is the second prince of fucking the Empire and basically leading the forces that are waiting to invade Galia. He actually did a pretty good job until the point where our main characters come into play and it gets pushed back. and then we get to see his face break in a way, like pieces are falling apart of his psyche. He starts getting crazy, motherfucker. All right. Bartholomew Gregor is a veteran as well. He was injured in the First War due to another general who was they're not working together. This guy is more totalitarianism kind of dude. Could sacrifice units to get what he wants. Does not take defeat lightly. Very strong opponent to face, man. Rady Yeager is a character that injured the previous general I just spoke of. He's actually a cool guy, very laid back. Not the kind of general you would think of when he's leading a powerful tank army. But he's there. He'll help most of the characters out. Lovable character. I actually like this guy. I'm glad it ended how it ended. That's all I have to say. Salvina Bless is a character who's infused with the Valkyrian genes or whatever, the Valkyrian legacy. People that can use Ragnite as a powerful weapon. Dude, they saved the world from the Darks and Calamity, which they go over in the anime, and they actually do a pretty good job. I'm not going to go over that because that's kind of a spoiler. So she could use a lance and a shield to do some heavy damage. Also, she seems really devoted to the prince, always having his back due to the fact that when she was small, he saved her basically in a way. So, Johann Karl Alsven Eisen. He has two names because he has two names. Now, one is from the anime, one's from the English version. It's different. This guy basically, I like this guy from the DLC in the game. In the anime, he's okay. He basically cares a lot for Sylvania, but understands her relationship with the prince in a way. He's a cool guy. Writes to his mom. Sucks what happens. I didn't expect that. Also, for you guys that played the games, I know these aren't all the characters you get in the game. Most of them are scattered throughout the other squads. You'll see them throughout the show. Some are in Squad 1, as you can see here. This is Squad 1, which is a Faldio squad. So you get to see a lot of the other characters you could pick in the games. For those that were like, what the fuck, why did they pick those characters? Well, those are the ones they picked. But they're all over. Don't worry, you'll see them. They're pretty much all there. Almost all there. I don't know all the characters, man. But let's talk about the comparison with the video game. Is this a loosely adaptation? Yes. They changed so many things, but not the main plot. They stick with what's gonna happen. What you expect from the game will happen. So don't worry about that. Things they changed were like the battle with the giant tank when you first fight it in the desert. That doesn't happen. Fucking what else? The way they find out the second Valkyrian, that's dramatically changed. I like the way the anime better than in the video game. It made the character look like a dick in the video game, but in the anime you understood why he did it. The love triangle between our three main characters, Welkin, Faldio, whatever, and Alicia, that was, there was never a love triangle in the game. The relationship progressed normally through scenes and stuff like that. But in the anime, wow, that was like the main focus for a while. Actually, I think that was the main thing. I like to see what would happen, because it was literally a love triangle until the part where I was talking about where something happens. That's where it changes. But I love that. But they did have to change Alicia's character a lot for that. She's not like that in the video game than she is in the anime. But that's welcome. I like it. I like that they, focus more on character relationships here. I love that. The game didn't do that. The music was great. Hell yeah, I love it. But what would I give this anime, man? This is a great anime. I actually enjoyed watching all 26 episodes. Hopefully they make a season 2 for my favorite one, the second game. Hopefully. I love it. But what would I give this game? Anime. I would give it an 8 out of 10, man. It's a great anime. Go watch it. Then play the game. You'll love the game even more after watching the anime. Or play the game then the anime. I don't care. The combat system is great. Man. Hey, go watch it, man. Thanks for watching this. Hit that like, hit that sub. I'll catch you all next time.